Hey everyone, welcome back to another recap podcast from SNXweave, where we give quick weekly recaps of news and important updates from the previous week from the Spartan Council and core contributors, as well as discuss what the Grants Council and ambassadors are up to, so let's get started. First off, a couple of SCCPs were implemented last week. One to update the debt perp max open interest, and one to raise the target C ratio to 400%. SIP 267 for the direct integration contract was supposed to go out last week, but Mark needed a bit more time for review, so it should be out this week. The SIP to incorporate dynamic fees into atomic swaps will likely go out after 267, followed by SIP 299 with minor V2X upgrades. As for the 1inch integration, 1inch has not provided a timeline on when they expect the integration to go live, but it may be as early as this week. As soon as Caleb hears that they're ready, he will draft a SIP for community presentation. 2 of the 3 Perps v2 SIPs are currently in audit, and Leo is working on feasibility for potential Oracle changes. David has finished work on the new funding rate model, and it's currently under review. His next assignment will be the premium discount function. The current plan is leaning towards user self-migration for Perps v2, which was originally ruled out for bad UX and for being too chaotic. But with Quenta planning a similar procedure for their new cross-margin contracts, it might make more sense. Lastly, for v3, a new implementation was re-released on testnet following a few fixes to the proxy architecture. Noah said they're cleaning up the existing code, adding more tests, and working on a spot market implementation and a preliminary synth teleporter implementation. The current expectation is for a code freeze by the middle of December for the auditors, and their top priority in November will be collecting community feedback and getting any remaining SIPs through governance. In Grants Council updates, the SIP submission site is still being worked on by Seb, Duck, and Tara to troubleshoot the remaining issues. They're getting closer to having a working version of the site, but Tara has requested some additional services for this project that the team is reviewing quotes for currently. For the NFT project, JVK has contacted ecosystem DAOs for the information needed for the whitelist. He received all of the eligibility data from ecosystem partners, and Max will be putting together the staking eligibility data for synthetics. There are a couple of minor items remaining before the work can be passed on to the smart contract developer, and the council is still working out the rest of the minting contract details. After this, the next piece of the project is building out the Mint website, which Duck has a developer possibly already lined up for. Lastly, for the DHedge project, the DHedge team is in the process of creating a document detailing the integration process for Perps v2. The idea is that this document could be shared with potential future integrators and hopefully reduce the burden on the grants team in terms of integration funding. Max will be sharing some feedback on how DHedge can improve this document with instructions that DHedge should update the document to reflect the process in Perps v2. And that's it for today's updates. Be sure to check out our weekly recap blog post, share this podcast link, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear more about from SNXweave. Thanks for listening.